Patience in trading is crucial. Most traders don't lose because they lack skill. They lose because they're impatient and addicted to the action. And they're impatient and addicted to the action because they lack the understanding of why they need to be patient. Once you learn that wealth in trading is built by waiting, you then understand that patience is just letting your money compound for you behind the scenes while your trade is developing until you extract it by trading. Let me show you how this works. Imagine that you start with $100. And this is not unlikely because you can start trading with $100 today. You can do prop firm challenges and shoot, you can earn well over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 30, 100 times what you put into it. So this is not unlikely. And let's say that we take that money and we just multiply it by 2%. 102% of that is $102. It doesn't seem like a lot, but let's say, and then 102 times 2%, and then 104 times 2%, and then so forth, and we keep going on and on and on, and there are about 20 trading days in a month, and you can see how this starts to compound. Now, the wealth is in waiting for the money to compound. It's not interrupting it. It's not, oh wait, let me check the formula and make sure I write it correctly every single time. No, it's just waiting. And the moment I interrupt that formula, the moment I have to check it again, I'm disrupting the process. Now, the reason I did this strategy is because, of course, it looks like it takes forever for this thing to compound eventually, right? Because you're starting out small. And if it's boring like this and it takes so long to get it, you're doing it right. Why? Because boring is not supposed to be making it all at once. Boring is because it's not enough to spike your emotions, either because you're afraid of losing or you're excited about winning and it spikes your emotions. Boring means it's not enough to spike your emotions, so you may need to size down. That's a topic for a different day. But notice you're doing it time after time after time after time. I mean, Warren Buffett doesn't make these kind of returns in 2 months, right? So that's a lot. Now, be careful because one single bad trade, watch this. You can have $100 to start out with, and you can multiply it times 9 good trades. Let's do that so we have 9 good trades, right? So 102% times 9, and then all of a sudden, you have one bad trade where you lose 15% because you weren't patient, or because you wanted it to work, or you didn't want to wait, or it was close enough so you took it, and look at this. You are right back to where you started. 9 good trades wiped out by 1 good trade. That's how it works. Okay, let me show you some real life examples just to kind of sort of drive this point home. The oven cake mistake. Imagine you're baking the ultimate chocolate cake. The recipe says 30 minutes at 350 degrees. You're starving, you start getting nervous, you don't want to miss it if it's ready, so every 5 minutes you pop the oven door open just a crack to see if it's done yet. You think you're being helpful because you don't want to let it overcook, right? But every time that door opens and you check it, a giant cloud of heat escapes. The temperature inside drops, the cake, which was trying to rise, suddenly gets cold and thuds down in the middle. By the time 30 minutes is up, you don't have a cake, you have a soggy, raw pancake. The recipe was perfect, the oven was working, but your checking too often broke the machine. Some people think if I watch it closely, they can catch it before it happens. But the reality is, it's not because the plan was wrong that you lost. It's because the act of checking actually broke the process. Patience isn't just waiting, it's protecting the environment the goal needs to grow in. And yeah, also if you want to see how you can make it impossible to not be patient, impossible to not be disciplined, click the link in the description for a few mindset hacks to guarantee your consistency. Number 2, the egg and the helpful destroyer. A baby chick takes exactly 21 days to hatch. Inside that shell, there is a tiny invisible miracle happening. But since you can't see it, you start to worry. You pick the egg up, you shake it a little bit to see if it moves, maybe even peel off a tiny piece of the shell just to help the chick get out faster. What happens? The chick dies. It wasn't because the egg was bad or because the mother hen didn't do her job. The chick died because it was interrupted. It needed that shell to stay closed so it would stay safe. By trying to speed up the birth, you actually stopped it from ever happening. Some people think, I need to interfere to make sure things go right. The reality is, it's not because the market is against you that you fail. It's because interruption is a form of destruction.
In trading, doing nothing is often the hardest
and most profitable work you'll ever do. Number 3, microwave versus oven, the quality trap. Think about a frozen burrito. If you're a microwave thinker, you want it in 60 seconds. You hit start and it's fast. But when you bite into it, the edges are lava hot and the middle is literally an ice cube. It's done, but it's gross. Now think about oven thinking. You put that same burrito in a real oven, it takes 20 minutes. It feels like forever, but the heat moves slowly and evenly. When it comes out, it's crispy, hot all the way through, and actually tastes good. The microwave gives you speed, but ruins the quality. The oven gives you quality, but requires you to sit on your hands. Some people think fast money is better than slow money. The reality is, it's not because you aren't fast enough that you aren't winning. It's because speed and quality rarely live in the same house. A trader who wants fast usually ends up with a frozen account. The hidden seed, the root rule. You plant a sunflower seed in the dirt. You water it, and then you wait. But by day 2, you don't see a green sprout. You get anxious. Is it even working? Is the dirt broken? So you take a little shovel. You dig it up to see if the roots are even growing. The moment you pull that seed out of the dirt, you snap the tiny microscopic roots that were just starting to take hold. You put it back in, but it's too late. You killed the plant by trying to see if it was alive. Most of the growth in life and in money happens underground where you can't see it. If you have to see it to believe it, you'll never let it grow. Some people think, I need to see progress every minute to know if I'm successful. But the reality, it's not because your seed was bad or your trade was bad that it didn't grow. It's because digging for roots destroys the plant. Patience is the dirt that allows your strategy to actually breathe. Waiting is where the wealth is compounded. And if you understand differently, you will act differently about patience and discipline and consistency. It removes all temptation to act out of impatience. Go ahead and click the link below. I'll show you exactly how to change that through an easy mindset hack.